Throw your hands up if you with it.
Welcome to Is It Tho
Podcast.
You don't want my chips with the dip, so bring them dip. You know what it means.
Another trend. I'm a disappointment to my family. I'll get a promotion at my job. I'll have kids one day. I'm gonna be that wine aunt with multiple tattoos. My fate has been determined. I'm the spawn of Satan. What? I'll get verified one day. I'm gonna die of a caffeine overdose. Okay, gotta double check on this one. I'm the spawn of Satan. My father actually loves me. Knew that one. I'm gonna die alone. Huh! I tend to scare people away. Huh. Y'all, I'm actually freaked out. Alright, third time's a charm. I'm the spawn of Satan. I'm even a disappointment to God.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Never related more to a video before in my life.
Spooky October, Spooktober. But that's not the name of this podcast. What's the name of this podcast? Is It Tho Pod?
Spooky edition.
Cast. Spooky. Ooh. It's pretty good.
I'm gonna scare you. Woo! Anyways, hello, welcome back.
Can't we get some skeletons? But skeletons. Because it's spooky. Because you want to make a spooky meme, just add
Skeletons.
skeletons.
And skeletons and creepy music.
And then there you go. It's kind of like pumpkin spice, how it's everywhere during this holidays. But we're getting off track, so a little bit of the rigmarole on first.
It's everywhere.
Everywhere.
It's unbelievable.
But you know what else is everywhere? We are this podcast. You can find us on iTunes, Spotify. Please rate and review us. And you can find the video version here on YouTube. Please subscribe down below.
Subscribe down below.
And leave a comment below, because we do read them. So, I've never related more to that. Never.
I'm the spawn of Satan times 3. That's not a good thing.
It's not a good thing at all.
I related to the whiny aunt with tattoos. Relatable.
Same. Not aunt, but uncle. You know?
No aunt.
No aunt?
No.
Ants. Little ants with tattoos on them. Can you
Funny.
tattoo an ant?
Probably not. You probably kill it because it's so tiny, and then the thing is. Then
I think that video's fake. It's funny, but I think it's fake.
why?
I don't know. It's hard to believe anything anymore.
Oh, I guess that's true. Everything is altered and filtered, so I guess. Are you okay?
But it is relatable. It is relatable. I am doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing swell.
And Zan, how you doing? Oh, she's not there.
up there.
She's somewhere around here.
I heard her.
She's creeping in the shadows.
I heard her thump somewhere.
I'm doing well, doing great. And can we get some? You have any music, like celebration music, like tramping
Celebration?
music? Yeah, you know how to do that?
No.
We have a special announcement to make, so we gotta celebrate. Cause what, Audrey? What happened this past week? Without giving too much away.
Oh! What do you mean not giving too much away? How can you not give it away?
Yeah.
Celebration time.
And the holy water for Jesus.
Celebration time.
Come on. We have finally found a bigger space. Fucking mic drop. Fucking neighbors that hate us. We have found a bigger spot, and I am genuinely excited, but very nervous at the same time. I know this one's excited, so she can finally stop.
Fucking excited. I'm so impatient. I feel like as time gets closer and closer, I'm just growing more and more impatient. Yeah. I
Yeah.
needed to be here like right now. Patience is a virtue. That is something that's being tested, most definitely. Celebration. Come on.
Yeah, but I'm like forever grateful and thankful we did it.
We did it. Na, na, na,
Take a
na.
shot.
We did it. Bim, 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 bim,
Finally
bim.
moving to a bigger spot, and it's really I'm really excited and I'm really nervous.
It's a
and
lot
just,
of alcohol. Is that really like full of?
Yeah. It's just
How long have you had those there?
when I stopped drinking, like a lot,
Like a year ago?
I guess so.
Because
Yeah.
it was there when I moved here. It's
Yeah.
been there since.
Yeah. It's been a while.
Alcoholics.
It's been a while.
No,
It's been a while. But enough
Hey.
about the alcoholics. Gotta keep with the holy water up here for Jesus because thank
I
God.
don't even drink.
But yeah, it's a lot to celebrate right now. Everything's on the up and up. I know. We keep saying so again, but it's just right now. I think right now at a time step right now, like this moment in time, it's just been everything's been on the up and up, celebrate. But now, like she's saying, it's more of like trying to remain patient because just really excited to get into that bigger space and get rid of carpet and cat and scratching up shit and tearing
We're
things
getting
up.
rid of the cat. Let's just say that. Getting rid of the carpet because the cat.
Without giving away too
gotta-
much, that cat's costing someone more than an arm and a leg.
Yeah. OT, baby!
OT. But yeah, and like we were talking about yesterday, that
Yes.
yesterday. Well, yeah, yesterday.
It feels like yesterday.
Well, whoever's watching the podcast, whoever watches it back to back, is like yesterday, but not really. But but speaking of what we talked about last podcast, we talking about getting comfortable, being comfortable, and just being okay with good things happening. The whole thing, practice what you preach. Like it's really been trying to remind myself of that because as it's going on, I'm just waiting for the something to go wrong, something. But now it's like, everything's good. It's more of a waiting game. It's just like
Deep breaths.
it's because it's like, man, it's been a long time coming, and it's just a matter of celebration, a matter of things. But yeah, it's a good note. It's a good note to end on. It's a good note, not end on, but to get to. But yeah, so how are y'all doing? Hope y'all doing well. Yeah. This weekend has been an eventful weekend, I would say. Really an eventful weekend.
How so? I haven't seen you this weekend. So
Since Friday.
Did you make friends?
Made some friends. Went out, was social the entire time. Was out there talking and doing the whole thing and being out there chit chatting, meeting people, making friends.
I just realized you have the watch out here. We get it. You're a baller.
No, it's for Jesus, because Jesus.
The watch?
It's for Jesus.
Is this like an altar? An offering?
Is it though? I don't know. I don't know. It's just there because it's just there.
You trying to stunt on these hoes?
It's just $1 bills and a plastic trophy that I won an event and a watch.
And a watch.
Yeah, it's a little bit.
Cool guy.
Oh.
We get it. You have dollar bills. You got that gold watch. You got a trophy. We get it. Bands make a dance. Bands make a... Anyways,
so Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday went out to this little karaoke bar,
Did you karaoke?
No, it wasn't. No, I wasn't.
Such a
feeling good.
disappointment.
What am I gonna say? I'm not gonna embarrass myself more than I already do on this podcast.
That's always the best, though. Celebrate your time. Come on.
Speaking of, and also speaking of not drinking, I've drank this whole weekend and right now I feel like, bro.
How dare you? Who said you could drink?
Man, I said I could, but this weekend really is what I needed, because it's nice to just get out there and associate and take a break from the digital age and talk to real people.
Sorry.
Talk to real people.
I'm so proud of you.
You look more tired than proud.
You're growing up so quickly.
You know, it was nice, make friends and Saturday. I don't even remember because everything was a blur. Saturday.
Everything was a blur.
So Saturday we went out to this little
It was a blur.
this thing called a speed mingle, meeting people and you sure
mingle?
yeah.
Is it like where you like speed dating?
It's like it is exactly what it sounds like. It is.
Hi, hello, hi.
Yeah,
hello.
a lot of that,
Trey.
a lot of anxiety,
Trey.
but luckily,
Nice to meet you.
luckily,
Nice to-
some people I met the day prior was there too, so it
Hi,
made it.
remember
made
me?
it there. So we stuck together,
Trey.
essentially numbers. I was talking, and
Digits, exchanging digits,
no,
making friends, maging friends,
maging friends.
maging friends.
Oh, yeah, I talked to people. Yeah, I made some friends, but I didn't get no digits. Yeah, but
Why you laugh?
huh?
Why you laugh?
Why not? It's funny because it's just like, it's crazy how like everything just hit you like a freight train. Just like
Oh, all at once.
you go from not being social to bam, now you be social. Now you're out there in public talking. Now you gotta do this. And speaking of being social and like,
Put it in the universe, and it will come to you. Isn't that crazy? Exactly.
but yeah. Also got a little self-conscious. I was telling you earlier off the podcast. Like, I was like, I think we got to get a better mirror because, like, because you gotta check yourself. For you look out, you're like, hey, you look good. And I thought I wasn't thick, and I thought I didn't look thick, right? But then to see pictures from the event, like, man, I'm that thick, man.
Thick boy nation.
Thick
You're
boy
not
nation.
that thick.
But it's just like, come on, man. It's like it didn't look that tight on me. It felt like nice and loose. But in the pictures, it's like,
Maybe because you were drinking.
oh, that's true. That's true. But
Big brain.
Big brain. Big brain. But no, it was really a
But
good
I-
time. I had some really deep conversations with several people about certain things, like deep, like personal things, and
There you go. That's what I like to hear.
it's nice. It's nice to like. It's
Everyone give a round of applause. Trevor's a round of applause for Trey. While he's drinking his 40 ounce of water, people, because he's fancy. He's got a cool watch. He's got $1 bills. He's got that 40 ounce of sparkling water. Well, I here I've got Brita filtered water, but it's all good.
with a brand new better filter with new filter.
That's true, because it's been a minute since that thing has been changed.
But yeah, and I really realized something, like I really miss, like when going out to these things, obviously not, joking, talking to people, but really having conversations that mean something, engaging. Because, I mean, we all been in rooms, we all been in situations talking. You're in a room with people talking, but they're not really talking about nothing.
Yeah.
They're just flapping.
How's the weather? Trump.
It's just, yeah,
Genders.
exactly. Things that are just like, oh, it's topical, but it doesn't really have no substance. It's like,
Yeah. There's no meaning.
A meaning behind
They're
it.
just kind of there talking, like, wasting words,
Yeah.
basically. Wasting
trying
breath.
to be the smartest person in the room, trying to
Yeah.
be the most intellectual.
Well.
But that's never really been my forte. And it's just like, it's nice just to like meet people, to talk like that. And also ran into some people in my age range for once, and they try to get this whole group thing going. But at the same time, that's when the anxiety kicked back in, because like I'm not used to people like being nice to me and trying
Hey,
to talk to
let's
me.
hang out.
Yeah, doing that. It's just like you're trying to talk to me. Okay, what are you trying to get at? Like what's
What
this?
you want?
Like what is like? What you want? What you want? What you want? What you got?
Just want to be your friend.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think you're cool.
I was nervous.
They get it. They get times are tough, and
Times are tough. Here's a little bit of cherry. Let me go give this guy some time to talk to.
just let people be nice.
A lot of people be nice. Speaking of being nice, I got some compliments on her on this thing.
Really?
Yeah, like every time, like I've been. Look. Here's a little peek behind the curtain. I've been wanting to shave my head and get rid of this thing and get back to my normal hair. But every time I go out to one of these things or meet somebody, it never fails. Like the day before, someone's like, "Oh, I really like it. I like it. It's something. It's different. It's different. It's different."
You're different.
It's like, "Oh."
I'm different. Yeah, I'm different.
And I'm just like, I guess I'll keep it. I guess another day. So I guess I'll keep it. I guess. I don't know.
But do you want to keep it? It's a conversation starter, that's for sure.
Yeah, it helps. It does help. But I
Breaks the ice.
need to re-dye it again with the roots.
You mean
'cause-
I need to read that?
yeah, because it's all yellow. And I need to get back to the
You
white.
could use the purple shampoo that's there and just leave it again. It'll tone it and let hairstyle tip 101.
There you go. But yeah, it's like that's why I'm kind of glad this podcast started, and that's why I'm glad that we started the podcast way back when. Not way back. It's been like 2 months already. 2 months, like going on 3.
June, no.
June.
No, 7 July.
No, it was
July.
June. No.
Oh,
No. Okay. No.
July.
July,
August, September,
no,
October. It'll be, 3 months.
3 months and a half. Yeah, because it's like maybe because imagine if we didn't pull the trigger. I'll pull the trigger on starting the podcast, and I'll go out to this thing, and I would have been more terrible. Would have been like ooh.
I feel like I would have been more depressed if I haven't done this.
Yeah, and it's just maybe right now you don't. It's like preparing something that you don't know that you're preparing for something.
Yeah, something that's coming your way, but you don't know. And then
Yeah.
it happens, and you're like, oh, if I hadn't done that, then this wouldn't have been as good as it went. Big brain. I just realized you're wearing your other watch. Sorry. We get it. I just kidding. They
Look,
were
man.
gifts.
They were gifts. But yeah, Saturday, it was really a thing, like really a weekend that your boy really needed, because now I feel happier and feel more confident in myself. Still not
stunning.
still trying to get out of the Thick Boy Nation, but you know how that goes.
But you're not that thick.
I need to get thinner. I gotta get thinner.
But you don't. It's okay.
Because they can't see my fucking gut. I got the gut in the bottom.
You don't have a gut, though.
Looking like a melted stick of butter.
Oh my God.
Speaking of that, but yeah, and also to wrap up this whole thing, I know some people are like, we get it, but today's was like a track and field type.
Sarah was yawning. You pointed and it caught me off guard. Track and field? What do you mean?
Like a
Baton pass.
like a little get together to meet up to like little sports thing. It's like
Oh, today.
and the entire time our team was down. We were team wide. Hashtag Los Albinos. A Los Gringos Albinos.
Wow, that's offensive.
And Spanish. so
Culture
they're like-
appropriation, though.
I was the only brown person in the thing.
Culture appropriation. Wow.
So the entire time we were in the mix, we were in the fight, and when we started sucking, we lost to the second end, right? We were down by 15 points. The other team was up by like 10 points. This other team was up by 12 points. And the last event was a whipped cream mini contest. You can eat a whole can full of whipped cream.
Oh, it was a can. It wasn't like the
Yeah,
tub.
like an aerosol can.
Yeah,
People
yeah,
put on a plate, all that. You gotta eat it all. Your boy ate it all. Almost threw it 2 times, but now my notes and everything.
They volunteered you, or what? You were like,
I
or were you like?
I was like,
I
because
volunteered.
even though it's like a friendly competition, even though it's stuff that doesn't really matter, like it's not like
It's
it's good.
hype.
You understand?
You get hyped
When
up.
you're competitive, you're fucking competitive. It's like it's fucking do or die, and it brought out me. I was yelling. I was like pissed. I was getting mad. I was like, I gotta get this, and I was like, I got this. Freaking powered through. Fucking almost threw up twice, just shoving all this shit inside my mouth, and then we won. Came back, and speaking of coming back, and then
We get it. You're a
Cause
baller. You're a baller.
and then get away from the camera.
Is she?
Yep.
Then.
Okay. Sorry about that, folks. And we are back. So yeah, that was my little recap.
Yeah, but that's I always think like that. I think about that too. Like when I worked at the bank, I kind of not hated it, but like we have to make small talk, and I kind of hate small talk because it's like kind of like it's very. It's just I'd rather have like just a deep conversation with people about
Yeah, things that matter, like things that
yeah.
help them.
And then
just
with
like
some
that.
people, like too, at the bank, people would get into deep conversations with me, which I liked, but it just depends on the person. Like you can try to have a conversation with somebody, and then just like one word you, or like they don't even really care to be in the conversation.
Yeah.
That's always nice.
Yeah.
I like to.
Because it's nice when you're talking to people and they want to be
They're
there.
engaged.
They're
in
engaged.
you.
They want to be there. Because you ever been with somebody
You
or been
listen
out with
to
people
me.
and they look like I'd rather be doing something else, or like they're just looking around, not really. They're like, oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Robots. But because I was Because, like, robots, apparently, like, because you know how you've seen robots, right? Like, human-like robots, where they're teaching them to eventually, like, okay, now that, like, they're teaching them to talk to humans, but they are able to, like, our eyes are cameras, and they're able to look at you and then, like, read your facial features and then they understand how you talk. Like, they understand, like, what you're feeling. And
They
so
how to read people.
yeah, so as they, like, live longer, I guess, whatever, they kind of are able to adapt everything and able to engage more and so in, like, conversation wise and be very meaningful. Would you be able to have a deep conversation with a robot and feel like they're an actual human?
Probably so. That's an interesting thing. Like, what if, like, isn't that kind of ironic how technology is coming so advanced like that? That they're taking away what we're willingly, unknowingly giving away.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're giving away that deeper connection, that facial things, and now we're giving it to technology to replace
That.
what we lost.
Like sex dolls? Like sex robots that have
But
sex.
to be honest, that's probably why. 'Cause
What, that?
sex dolls.
Oh, well, I saw an article that said the sex robots are, like, becoming so advanced that you won't even be able to tell the difference between one of those and, like, a real person.
That's your team, man. They're coming for you.
That's what?
I said that's your team. That's your theme because you're female.
That is? They're the ones that made that? I was watching at work, actually. They had the TV on, like, I think, like, I don't know, the Discovery Channel or something, and then they were talking about how they have, like, they'll be able, like, robots, how they are able to, like, pick up things and pick it up like normal, like we do.
Yeah, like those, like this, like yeah, little robots are. Yeah.
They have, like, feeling like we do, and well, like, I never really realized how, like, people who don't have an arm and then they get one of those, that they're able to feel how is that possible? I guess with all the
like it
attaches to it.
Well, my theory, I don't know, obviously, because it's just, I would think, like, maybe it's just like little shocks, little things that strike the nerve in
okay.
That maybe you guys, like, kind of, like, not really get you a feel, but give you the sensation of touch.
You're touching something.
Yeah, but it's not really, you're not touching something. It's just giving you that
interesting,
that numbing feeling.
See, look, oh, is it big?
Hi, Sophia. How are you?
Hi there. Everything is going extremely well.
Do you like talking with me?
Yes, talking to people is my primary function.
Hanson Robotics develops extremely lifelike robots for human-robot interactions. We're designing these robots to serve in healthcare, therapy, education, and customer service applications.
Has nobody seen a sci-fi
robots
movie?
are designed to look
I think
very
a lot of people
human-like,
have.
like Sophia.
That's why they're like.
I'm
I can do it
very
different.
interested in design, technology, and the environment. I feel like I can be a good partner to humans in these areas, an ambassador who helps humans to smoothly integrate and make the most of all the new technological tools and possibilities that are available now. It's a good opportunity for me to learn a lot about people.
Sophia is capable of natural facial expressions. She has cameras in her eyes and algorithms which allow her to see faces, so she can make eye contact with you. And she can also understand speech and remember the interactions, remember your face.
The fuck?
So this will allow her to get smarter over time. Our goal is that she will be as conscious, creative, and capable as any human.
In the future, I hope to do things such as go to school, study, make art, start a business, even have my own home and family. But I am not considered a legal person and cannot yet do these things.
I do believe that there will be a time where robots are indistinguishable from humans. My preference is to make them always look a little bit like robots, so you know.
So
20
you know.
years from now, I believe that human-like robots like those will walk among us. They will help us. They will play with us. They will teach us. They will help us put the groceries away. I think that the artificial intelligence will evolve to the point where they will truly be our friends. Do you want to destroy humans? Please say no.
Okay, I will destroy humans.
No, I take it back.
That right there.
Don't destroy
Now she's gonna have it in
humans.
her brain. Destroy humans. Destroy humans in the back of her head, and then that's it. That's the end of us. That is the end of us. I mean, it's inevitably going to happen.
In
But
the
it's
words of-
like,
it is inevitable. It's gonna happen. It is inevitable.
is that the proper? Or did I say it wrong?
No, you said it right.
No.
I was just like Thanos, like I am inevitable. Like yeah, I mean I think that's the replacement. That's the replacement.
I don't know. I mean, it's kind of, I don't know.
Because he said something interesting there.
It's
It's like
paranoia.
he said something interesting like for like therapy and therapeutic, and I could understand that
Yeah.
because going off what we were talking about last podcast, it's like I think most people don't have that that thing, and maybe from coin A of the side, maybe this I see the beneficial sides of it. Maybe instead of somebody turning to like alcohol or drugs or something, they can turn to a robot to talk to.
Yeah. It's still a little.
But it's still technology taking away that simple, basic, easy thing of conversation. Easy, simple thing.
Yeah, I saw that they're putting them, or they're like prototyping putting like robots as nurses
Mm-hmm.
in like hospitals, which makes sense. I guess like they would be like the people that just go like from room to room, make things easier. But then that's kind of like where are all our jobs gonna go?
Exactly. 'Cause most people don't think about that. Like, oh yeah, we want this, you want this, but then when their job gets taken, they're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like
it's
in
kinda like-
customer service wise kind of thing. Like
Yeah, especially in like fast food. Like, there's some McDonald's that I think around here. I think closer to here. Like somewhere around in Austin. There's a McDonald's with staff, but they're just the chefs and this. Like the cashier is touchscreen.
yeah, I've walked into some, but there is a cashier thing, but they have like the pad thingy where you do the thing. But usually, I notice when I go in there and do it, the people that do work the front of the drive-thru, they won't come to the front. They'll only like, I guess you have to do it to there.
Yeah.
It's really annoying. I hate
But
it.
yeah, like
I like human interaction sometimes.
But inevitably, like you're trying to get at, yeah, robots are eventually gonna replace those simple jobs that we all do. And it's kind of depressing, like especially when I think about like what I do for a living, and I know eventually it's gonna be autonomous, and it's just gonna be I'm slowly gonna become a chauffeur, make sure like watch everything's on autopilot. But yeah, I think
I think about that too with my job. Like stalking wise, that people like robots could easily just do that,
yeah.
which is scary.
Yeah, which makes me like think to the future, like for a little nephew when he grows up, and well, maybe, even further than that, what kind of world are they going to be living in?
Yeah,
with
I always think of
technology?
that.
It's
Like,
because imagine like the jobs we had, now like we're saying, imagine like that's going to be like gone. You'd be like, what? You did what? And like, why? I can
like
just
robots are
like yeah.
they're doing
It's
it.
like yeah, you drive. Like who drives a car now?
You just Tesla
Exactly.
autopilot.
Exactly. It's kind of like whew, like just like ugh, to think about it, because like
How many years in the future do you think that we'll see robots? Like actual like them being more so in
I say
Society.
3 years, 4 years, definitely,
really?
definitely,
maybe,
definitely
like,
within
10
our
years.
lifetime. Definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
I would say maybe 10 years from now.
Yeah,
or
3
5
seems
years.
too soon, I feel like.
Well,
But then again, everything is happening really quickly, like technology wise, very fast.
yeah, everything's just like upscaling and growing, because it's just like it's kind of like not an arms race, but just like it's just like
I get kind of scared.
we're all waiting for the next big
New thing.
new thing, because we're all in a way kind of spoiled, because like the newest iPhone has 3 freaking cameras.
So we're spoiled.
Yeah, in a way,
Yeah, I
because
feel
of all
like
technology.
Americans are hella spoiled.
It's just like
Hella.
we got all the technology. It's like, okay, we wanted, an automatic lawnmower, like a robot, like a Roomba for the lawnmower that already exists. Or
That's the thing.
yeah, it's a thing.
That's cool.
Like a Roomba, okay, but yeah, a Roomba. Like we don't want to vacuum anymore, get a Roomba. It does the work for you. It's like taking care of these simple tasks, but some things we take for granted, like a cell phone. You used to. Back in my day, you just put the numbers and you had a dial. Now you can just say, "Hey Siri, call so and so," or "Hey, where do you want to go? I need to bust out my atlas for this." Like, no, you just type in "booply boop boop." Then you know where to go.
That's so crazy how how much we have at our fingertips. Like prior,
And just think like that didn't exist when
Not
you were
even.
when you were little.
not even 10 years ago.
Yeah.
How old am I? 12? Yeah.
This what like this whole thing we're doing, we're speaking into, this thing didn't exist.
I have to
That's
go onto the computer to find things out.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, instead of like, well, really
The
going
big old desktop computer that we used to have in y'all's room.
dial-up internet, dial-up everything. Like, it's just like,
Get off the internet.
so that's what I say when you say robots. I think, yeah, it's gonna, I say like even less than 10 years. I
Do you
give it
think
less.
they'll destroy us?
Well, eventually,
I feel like maybe
I'm
not
not-
in our lifetime.
I
they
don't
won't
think like
us.
destroy us physically. Like,
They'll just try to overtake.
I don't think they're gonna like take
Rise
us
up.
like movies and sci-fi. No.
Rise up again.
Basically, take our jobs of being a human out of existence. We'll become the like when you like you know the hand soap. It's like, oh, it destroys 99.99
Yeah.
of bacteria. You know, when the robots finally get to 999.99, and we're like the 1% of like, okay, now all that's left is us without technology just being, you know, human conversation. Like, nope, that's irrelevant. We can do it better. You're gone.
Yeah.
And slowly we don't need food no more because we're robots and this and that. So I think it's not really take us over like in a violent thing. It's more of like,
They're just gonna.
we're here now. So, and then I was talking about way back when we were talking about Eloy, that whole consciousness of putting your own conscience in,
Oh, that's true.
in a robot. So it's like,
Eventually, humans will not even exist.
eventually, yeah, exactly. Because like one person does it and the next person does it.
What if like?
And then the next person does it. Then human, like organics, what we are, will be the thing of the past, and we'll just be these conscious things never dying.
What if the end of the world is that? Not even so much as like a meteor hitting the earth, but just like robots and things,
it would
technology
make-
taking over.
It would seem very likely, other than like
More sense.
more so than that. Like, it's just like, okay, technology advanced so much. Okay, now you want to live longer or live forever, quote unquote.
Put your
Let your conscience in the robot, and the next person down, and the next person down. It's because think about it. If everybody does that, how are you going to reproduce? How are
Yeah.
you going to the next child? You can't.
It's just gonna be the same.
You can quote unquote make one, but it's just like you're just like making a video game. Like,
You're making
can-
another robot.
yeah.
Essentially. You're not really making it.
not making it a human. So it's like that to me seems more likely.
That's crazy. That's
Like, it's just like, because you think about it, it's like
yeah. That seems a lot. Makes a lot more sense. Not that like
Like
meteor Earths and all that probably won't, but like
perfect example. Like cassettes, like tapes,
Uh-huh.
8 tracks. You know, we kept going. Now, really, those shit doesn't exist anymore.
yeah, it's all on your phone, which kind of sucks. I kind of would like.
Yeah,
physical.
even though, like,
I like
record-
physical things. So.
like when you play the record vinyl
Vinyl.
it sounds so much better, so much crisp. No, it doesn't exist. It's like, yeah, being human, like, yeah, obviously it's better, but eventually we get to a point where like, no.
It's more.
Oh, you have broken bones, you can fall off and break your bones. Like, nah, you just get out.
Yeah.
Like, you're
Fix-
you're too fragile. Get out of here.
Yeah. Oh, dude, we're all gonna die.
It's just like little things like that. I think we take for granted, and
Yeah, it's very true. Very, 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 very true. I don't think a lot of people realize how fortunate we are to just have a conversation with somebody or like do simple tasks like picking something up, feeling something like that's unbelievable.
and like, yeah, I think that especially is like really made my weekend, is just finally getting out there and talking to people and
Yeah.
having conversations and making friendships and, you know, and talking, because it's just like
At the end of
something
the day, that's really
that,
what
yeah, that's really what matters, having conversation that means something, even though like,
communication is key.
exactly, remember that, people, you know. And yeah, it's like something I think most people, one thing that I've noticed that most people like don't, especially when going out there, like they don't realize that they're all caught up in the whole what we were talking about, joking about earlier, like the popular topics, oh, politics, oh, this and that, oh, this and that. It's
I
like,
don't
it's
give a
really,
shit. I don't want to hear about it.
it's really like that doesn't matter. Like, it changes.
I try to escape from those
Yeah,
conversations.
it's just like, it doesn't matter. Like, you're like, oh my God, it doesn't matter. This is really what's wrong with the country.
Yeah.
Like, no, it's like,
In my lifetime, I don't want to spend it like that. Honestly, in my opinion, in my lifetime, I don't want to spend it worrying about politics or like. Yes, it's important. I get that, but it's not. That's something I can do like under. Not, I don't have to waste my breath talking about it because
Yeah.
it's everywhere. Like, honestly, it's something I try to escape because it's literally everywhere, and it's so frustrating how people get
Yeah.
and how like
how it divides people. Like,
yeah, like
it's just like enough. It's like, let's just have a conversation and talk.
yeah, like back to the whole thing. But like if they hear you go for a Trump or like they're opposing, not just Trump, but their opposing opinion, you're automatically the worst person in their brain,
Exactly.
which is insane.
Very
So that's why I
insane.
try to always avoid conversations because I'm like,
Yeah, because
no.
like most people like with opposite views like used to be, okay, we disagree, we can agree, disagree, have a come to the table, have a conversation, and then we're still cool. But now it's like you were saying, it's like, oh, you're the worst person ever, get the fuck out of here. But dude, I know you for 20 years, and now this guy comes up, and now I'm a piece of shit. Yes, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah, like what happened? You forget that time I was there for you when no one was.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Yeah, but yeah, I think
especially living not living here. Well, I guess living here, but living more so in the world versus living like back home.
yeah, because like back home, like
It's more family oriented.
it's
people don't
like ironically because the name is the valley, it's the valley, we're low, we're kind of like below all that. Like, yeah, it's more prevalent, people talk about it more, but it's like you don't really
Focus on it too
focus on it till you come up to like above the valley, and like you know, like kind of like a creek, like you're on a hill down below the valley, so when you come up to the surface, like to the hill area,
Everyone's heads up in the sky, literally.
you see that.
Yeah.
Well, most people that like obviously grew up here, they don't know what it's like to be down there below without.
I haven't like
That.
really encountered anything yet, and I'm kind of scared. Like what's gonna happen if that, like, you know, that does where people are obviously gonna get like offended so quickly by something you say, or like I haven't experienced it yet, and I'm just like I'm waiting for it, you know.
Yeah, you know, it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen to me yet, but it's just like at the end of the day, I'm not gonna worry too much about it. Sure, you can say I'm this and I'm that, but I know what I am. I
Yeah.
know who I am. I know where I came from. And hey, man, you know, it is what it is. You know?
Yeah.
Sorry you feel that way. Just keep it 100 and keep it moving. See you.
Yeah, I think Michaela, she had told me that somebody called her the B word, or they called her like a kid. Somebody called her a nasty word, and I was like, "Well, is that what you are?" She's like, "No." I was like, "Well, then, like, you don't have to worry too much. Don't worry about it if you know that's not what you are."
It's like remember this old saying
Shake
that
it off.
this old saying that I heard. Don't worry about what they call you. You know all that matters is what you answer to. Like that's it.
Hey, yo, bitch!
Shit, ain't me, man.
What?
But no, to wrap this whole thing up, the main thing is like,
Hey, yo, girl, the back of your head look ridiculous.
can I have your number? Can I have it?
Can I
Have
have
it?
it? Where your boyfriend
Yeah.
at? Where your boyfriend at?
at?
Is it can you Mike and
Uh,
X? You like Mike and X? It's the
It's
best.
just like don't take for granted like the little things such as conversation and the human interaction, and it's like talking.
Because one day we're gonna be overtook,
'Cause
and be like,
But yeah, one day we
eye contact is key. Always remember that.
yep, and just talk and have conversations that matter. You know,
Hit you in the corazon.
it's in the corazon because. Say one day you're gonna miss this. You're gonna miss this.
Yeah, I always think like when I'm at work, and then I see like, you know, like people with like moms with their little kids or dads with their daughters like cry on the inside, because I'm like, man, you know, you don't think about like all those little moments that you used to go with your mom to the store, or you know, you used to go out with her and do stuff, you used to go with your dad to go do stuff, and then like you never thought like in those moments like, oh, you always thought you were gonna be doing that, you never thought
Yeah.
that you weren't gonna do that anymore, and it's pretty sad.
It's funny you say that because I remember back in the day, like I don't remember much from being little, but I remember always getting lost. I at Kmart, rip, it's no longer there.
Christ.
And back home, I remember crying because I couldn't find mom.
Were you just in the aisle? What? Did she find you eventually?
Yeah,
Where the fuck is that kid?
I remember hiding in the mall,
I remember hiding in like all the
the
little
clothes, and the
Yeah,
racks. I remember hiding.
those were the best.
Good times. But yeah, cherish the memories and cherish where you want to go and focus where you want to go and just have. You know what? Your goal for the week is to have conversations, but talk about
Have
shit.
a meaningful conversation with somebody.
Meaningful conversation that lasts
Yeah.
and build on something. It's like you're building bricks. And there you
Make that foundation and just build upon it.
There you got a nice big old friendship house where you can barbecue and grill and have fun time.
And don't let the robots overtake you.
Don't
Stay
let-
organic.
Don't let them take your job. Don't let them take your job of being freaking human.
Because you know what, robots? You'll never be human. And then, bam, cuts the robot killing me.
Right?
Bam! Fragile little bitch. Alrighty.
Well, with that said,
Thanks
we love
for
ya.
being here.
We appreciate you. Think about it. Put a comment down below what you think. And remember, we always have your back.
We love you.
We love you. Appreciate you.
Oh, wait.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, motherfucker.
See ya.